Are we live?
We are live.
Are we live?
I'm not alive.
That's what the song
I am
says.
deceased,
What?
actually.
Oh no! Welcome back, everyone, to the Lost Steps of Phandelver. I hope everyone had a good week in the torrential rains and such. All right.
It has been a week. That eclipse was badass.
Total eclipse of the heart.
It was totally totality.
Nice.
Everyone have audio?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. With the amulet of Athazar being held by a hopeless or hopefully trustworthy traveler at the docks, and the Maul of Athazar securely hidden in D1's vessel. Excuse me 1 second. Our group consumes an elixir that allows them to communicate telepathically to make their way down to the Croc Boss's lair underneath the inn. A large gathering of seedy syndicates from all across the land are gathered throughout the room and across the recessed, around the recessed fighting pit. Aliva recognizes the familiar. What is my problem tonight? Aliva recognizes the familiar face of a previous instructor, as Brandy narrowly avoids being seen by a halfling who had caused her incarceration. Brix warns the party to stay away from some patrons, including ones in red cloaks, and a big guy in the corner, while Griffin notices an indistinguishable woman staring intently at him. After finding a table, Griff approached the woman who expressed grief for his missing hands. Using an unforetold magic, she bewilderingly sifts through his memories and learns of his misgivings, and then offers the full regeneration of his hands, asking only for his most cherished memory, and a favor in return one day, which Griff happily accepts. Giddy from having hands again, Griff heads to the bar to get more drink, and is confronted by a brute named Earl, looking to instigate a fight. As Griffin, D1, and the barmaid diffuse the situation at the bar, Aliva overhears a story about some people named Cat Scratch, Sheik, and Sheikah, and oddly vanished in the bayou. Brandy, concerned about a bounty that she has on her, attempts to avoid being seen as she eavesdrops in a conversation about a map and a meeting at dusk by the old willow. Averting her attention to poorly secured items hanging off waistbands, Brandy stealthily snags a gold figurine from an untied satchel, and then proceeds to inquire with one of the servers about who the regulars at the bar are. Informed that a patron named Randall spends most of the time here, Brandy brings him a drink, learning that he had been in the Croc Boss's service for a long time. D1 checks in on the docks through the eyes of Rummy as 3 sailors knock on the door. They seem to be harmless, but their appearance is noted. Ronan sees a drow gazing at him with a red shimmer in her eyes. Approaching her, he is alarmed by how much information she seems to know about him, and she requests a sample of his blood. As Ronan agrees, she leans in closely, puts her hand tightly around Ronan's wrist, and that's where we're going to begin this evening.
Oh yeah.
And I shall finish my fucked up Frankenstein toad during the break.
All right. Give me one moment here. All right, Ronan.
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe.
So, Ronan, as you kind of sit here next to this weird cloaked drow female, she grabs onto a wrist upon your agreement to give her your blood. You fill up the vial, and as soon as the first drop hits the vial, Ronan, you are squeezed, if you will, through a kind of black void. Just for a moment, everything around you turns into a black, just a blackness, Ronan, as you kind of are whisked through the top of the bar into the sky and into seemingly a black place. Kind of it seems to be maybe the back alley of some town or some village somewhere that you've never been here before. You can notice the cobblestone on the ground is kind of shiny and shimmery with a little bit of torchlight hitting it. You could tell that the ground here is wet and moist. It's been probably raining here for some time. You look around to try and get some bearings, Ronan. Roll a history check for me. Yeah, so amongst all the rain and the little bit of mist that seems to be settled near the ground here, it's kind of hard to make out any landmarks, Ronan. Any kind of differences in the buildings here, they all seem very bland and very kind of copied, if you will. But as soon as you kind of take a moment to kind of look around, you feel that hand on your wrist, and you look up in front of you, and you're in an alleyway with this person. And sorry, 1 second. You hear Ronan. So you're the one they speak of in hushed tones. The survivor. The marked one. Your tale is more entwined with the fates than you know. I could help you unravel the threads of your destiny, but it will cost you more than just gold. I want a promise if I help you. You will lift my debt by proclamation of my service to you when the time comes. Warlock. Do we have a deal?
It's tempting. Kind of scratch my chin and consider this for a moment.
Yeah, you can, Lauren. You look around you, you're in a very, very odd place. You're kind of like physically in a different place, which you find very disturbing. Like all of your companions are nowhere to be seen. As a matter of fact, it seems to be dark, which is also odd. When you went into the tavern, it was midday. This place is dark. Seems to be shadows moving kind of on the other side of the street. You can't really make out faces or genders or anything of the such, just because it's the light here is very dim. Can't even tell where the light's coming from, Ronan, as you look around. Roll a perception check for me, though. Let's see. A 9. Yeah, Ronan, it's quite hard to see really
I'm fucking whisked away.
Yeah, you're somewhere special. She's had her hand wrapped around your wrist this entire time. That is one thing that remains the same. It's that she has not let go of your wrist. She's pretty snug on your wrist. You don't seem to be feel threatened in any way, though. She just gives you a moment to contemplate your decision, Ronan.
I'll look up at her and say, I'm not too thrilled on the open-endedness of the deal. I'd like something more concrete.
Very well. She kind of waves her hand in the air, Ronan, in front of you. And in the palm of her hand before you manifests a map. You can see it's kind of like, it's not a physical thing. It's just more of like an illusion. It's kind of floating above her palm. And on the map, you see it's kind of like it looks almost like an island to you. From what you could see, there seems to be a couple little jagged pieces out around the outside edges. But from what you can tell, it's mostly just surrounded by a body of colorless, I don't know, area. You can see in the middle there are crags and such with a path kind of leading up through. She says, my payment is quite subtle to bring you to your destiny. Of course you can refuse.
Well, the bit of destiny intrigues me. I feel like everybody has one, but few of us ever get a chance to glean any information about it.
You watch as the image, Ronan, above her hand that floats above the palm of her hand, you watch as the image of the map begins to slowly begin to rotate, almost like a 2D map would, and then it just ignites in flames. And as soon as it ignites into flames, you see a very simple, basic metal key drop out of its ashes and into the palm of her hand. It's not a physical, real key. It just appears that way. It's almost like she's trying to show you something. And then she closes her hand and she gives out like a... Would you like to return, Ronan? Or do we have a deal?
Yeah, we got a deal.
Very well. You see a flash, Ronan, around you. Kind of the tightening around your wrist gets a little tighter, a little more tight as she squeezes. She says, the map on your shoulder is no ordinary tattoo. It's a key, a guide to something ancient, powerful. You must seek out the one called the Ageless One. She is an old hermit who dwells in the ruins on the Isle of the Shattered Giants. She makes her home amongst the ruins there, Ronan. It is a lifeless island directly west of here, about 200 miles, full of fate's dark remnants. She holds the knowledge that you seek and can read the lines that fate has drawn upon your skin, Marked One. Journey to the island of the Shattered Giants and learn of your purpose, of your blood. It is precious and your body frail. Your time is limited. There is one more thing. When you meet the Ageless One, you must proclaim that Thaleria Vex served the reflection upon being called on by Borglais, and that my debt is paid in full. I seek to rest upon mine own eyes once again. There's a moment where you are just dumbfounded and caught off guard by these words that she utters that you don't quite understand, Ronan. And almost as soon as she finishes her last word, you are kind of whisked back away, Ronan, back into a familiar scene, a dark kind of underground lair here that seems to just be full of people. You see the table. You kind of look around you quick to see if your companions and are here, and you do. You notice they're all They're all exactly where they were the moment that you left. You notice also there doesn't seem to be anything different from the time that you left here, Ronan, meaning that time doesn't seem to have moved. You kind of glance down at this figure in front of you, who you know now as Thalira.
Spell that one for me.
Thalira.
Thalira.
Thalira Vex, Vex is her last name.
All right.
She kind of gives you a bit of a nod, lets go of your wrist. Remember, Ronan, a deal's a deal.
I owe you a favor.
Now, if you don't mind. And she kind of like takes a sip of her drink and then like stands up straight. And around this time, Ronan, you begin to hear commotion off to your left. I need you. Actually, I think all of you, you're all kind of gathered together in the same area, I believe, right? So if everybody would do me a favor, go ahead and roll a perception check, everyone. Is there anything you wanted to say or do, Ronan, in this situation here, as you kind of are standing next to her?
Nothing creeps up to mind. Do I have a way to get a hold of you?
When the time comes, you'll be able to reach me. All right. You sense an oldness about her, Ronan. An oldness that seems almost unnatural. But
Well, I mean, elves are old as fuck.
they are old as fuck. It's true. All right, everyone. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3. Do we have everyone? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, my bad.
All good. I just wanted to make sure. Perception, please.
Perception. I thought I rolled my bad.
Get Brandy like a champ.
I know. It's fucking goddamn.
It's okay because Griff, you are so
I'm not so
intently
wide.
focused on your new hands here. You keep
staring
looking
at
them
them.
over. Yeah, and you even
Fuck,
notice.
I need new eyes too.
I know, right?
God
Dude,
damn.
this is like probably the best natural one roll you'll ever have in our games. But you look over at your hand here and you notice, Griff, as you don't notice anything else in the room happening, but you do notice for a moment, there's a flash of light just for a moment, but it doesn't really catch your attention. What really catches your attention is the fact that you're noticing a couple of scars on your right hand that you got when you were very, very young. And that it's so funny. You haven't seen this particular scar since you lost your hands. And you find it quite funny that these are actually your hands, and you know that now because you can see that there's a scar there from when you were a child. You remember what happened to get that scar. So
Yes.
you're kind of in the
was-
moment. Yeah.
Branded with a dick-shaped tattoo.
Dick-shaped tattoo.
The old dick butt.
Oh man. All right. So in this moment, Brandy, you rolled the highest here. You're the only one who notices. Let me. 1 second here.
Yeah, and with my hands, I'll probably be like fucking, just like wiggling my fingers like fucking Kill Bill style, like just trying to relearn how to fucking use them.
Sure, Griff. Yeah, definitely. It's a sight to behold for any of your companions who are around you. They kind of see you. I would say maybe Aliva and D1. They kind of just watch you in your moment here, kind of flipping your hands back and forth, kind of stretching your fingers out, curling them back in, relearning what it feels like to have feeling in your hand.
Yeah, pretty much.
Brandy.
Yes.
So, you hear something from the area of the room that you basically just came from, that you stole that nice little golden figurine from. That looks like almost like a golden goddess is what you take it as, right? It's like a 6-inch long, solid chunk of gold. And where did you put that statue? Just so we know.
I think on my character, I think I have like a little pouch on my belt.
Okay, you just like
Don't
stuck it in
you
there.
have the bag of holding?
You do have the bag of holding, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't put it in there. I put it in my own
stuck it in your
personal,
belt? Yeah.
personal pocket.
Sure. Definitely. That's amazing.
Nice.
And it's got a couple of sapphires that make the eyes of this thing. You only noticed a couple of things quick because you only had a moment to look at it before you stashed it away, so no one would catch you. But this was an intricate piece of art here, from what you can tell, and you can hear Brandy right over from the area. There seems to be like a little bit of a commotion happening. You hear, "Oh, wait. No, wait, where is it? Where is it? Oh," and then you hear his companion kind of next to him. "Oh, sit down, Barnabas, for fuck's sake. People are looking at us." Then you hear, "By the gods, Grandar, I know it was you who took the Golden Empress from my satchel, you son of a bitch. No one else in here knows I have it but you." You hear him. "Your accusations are baseless, Barnabas, as always. I would never betray your trust over some shitty, shiny trinket." He says, "Don't you play the fool with me, you fucking bastard. The Golden Empress isn't just any trinket. It's a relic of immense power. Do you know what that even means? And now it's gone because you stole it. You know the rules." "Ah, come on, Barn. Perhaps you misplaced it. Look around the table there behind you. Did it fall on the floor? You have to be careful in here. I heard whispers of shadows moving around." "Don't fucking call me Barn. And enough is enough. I've had enough of your bullshit. You've always envied my collection. And now you've finally shown your true form, a fucking stealing rat. Watch your tongue, old man, or I'll cut it out. I don't give a shit where we are. I've done nothing but serve you loyally." "Loyalty? Ha! Your loyalty is hollow as a beggar's cup. Return the Golden Empress now, and I might forgive your sorry ass. You want a confession? Fine. I took it, asshole. What are you gonna do about it, huh? You lying fucking snake. I'll show you what I'll do." The argument escalates quickly between the two. Barnabas lunges at Grendar.
Oh.
Fists begin flying. The two begin to scuffle, knocking over stools and chairs and causing a ruckus. It seems to be drawing the attention of basically the entire tavern, all over the place in here. You can see
look around to see like who looks like the bouncer. Like, who's coming to break that shit up?
Nobody.
Yeah,
As a matter of fact,
no one, huh?
There are a couple of people who are kind of standing up from their chairs at the moment. But it doesn't seem to be anybody who is really trying to break it up. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of people in the back of the room that are going, "Fight! Fight!" Like almost trying to entice them. And you see Barnabas kind of rear back and throw a fucking right hand right at Grendar's face, and he just basically backs up just in the nick of time. What did you want to do, Ronnie?
Just yell, "Fucking hit him!"
Do you want to entice him? Yeah.
Yeah,
like
if
a
I see him taking that swing, I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking cheer him on.
You got it. Does anyone else want to entice him?
Yeah, I would think I would say something like, "Yeah, that guy even looks like a thief."
Yeah, he looks like a
Bragging little
fucking thief.
instigator.
Look at him.
Look
You can
at
see
him.
him. They begin
Look at
to
his face.
scuffle around, Brandy. On the floor here, rolling around, you hear bits of the table kind of knocks over a glass. There are bits of glass that kind of fall down on the ground. The sound of shattering glass echoes through the room here. You hear Sarah, the younger barkeep, say from the corner, say, "Hey, take your fight outside. You guys know the rules. You're lucky the boss ain't here yet." A few braver souls attempt to kind of intervene. They stand up, trying to pull the two apart, but they're shrugged off as their combatants are like kind of locked in a struggle. Grander has his hand like in Barnabas's hair, and he's like pulling it, kind of like pulling it back to try and get a good like finger in his mouth where he could like pull him back. Like he's really pissed off. You can see he said, "You should have stayed out of my fucking business, old man. And I'll teach you to fucking steal from me." He like pulls his lip back even more. You can see like his teeth kind of as he begins to pull his lip back. Do you all want to continue to watch, or do you want to get involved?
It's too entertaining.
Right at this moment, I think I'm gonna create more chaos.
What are you gonna do, D1?
So, I summon my invisible invisible servant.
Oh, you do have your unseen.
unseen servant, yeah.
All right.
So he's gonna sneak over to the bar, float over to the bar.
Uh huh.
And what's Earl doing right now?
Earl is, for a moment there, he was nursing his drink, his ale, until he kind of heard like some glass shattering. And he looked over his right shoulder, and he's now kind of looking like highly, like his back kind of like straight, like up over the crowd, trying to see if he can see what's going on.
Who's next to him? Is there anybody close to him?
Nobody.
Nobody's around him at all?
There is a couple of people on the other corner of the bar, probably a good 4 feet away, not very far. They're drinking as well, and they heard the commotion. They're also looking.
Okay, so my invisible servant's gonna float over to that other couple over there.
Okay.
And he's gonna wait until they put their beer mug down for a second.
Okay.
And then it's gonna grab it and he's gonna throw it at Earl.
All right. Yes. All right. This is
Chaos.
great. So there is a moment where you hear a couple more words. You motherfucker! That was my tooth. Now I'm gonna fuck you up. And you hear him like the sound of what sounds like flesh hitting like meat. It's like absolute
giggity.
like they're slapping each other, punching each other. You're pretty sure, Brandy, you're pretty sure you saw a tooth fly out and kind of hit the ground and kind of ding, ding, ding. And as soon as this happens, D1, that kind of is like the perfect opportunity for you to kind of do this. You want to pick up the both mugs.
Yeah, from the people, or at least one of them from the people that are sitting down the bar from Earl. And I'm gonna throw the beer mug at him.
You're gonna throw it at Earl?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the beer mug at Earl from the invisible servant, from the direction of the two people sitting at the table.
This is great. Roll a. God, I don't even know what to tell you. Maybe a performance check. It wouldn't be a sleight of hand because they're not really. Maybe it would be.
Not
I'll
really
let you choose.
my hands, but yeah.
No, it's not really your hands. We don't really even need to roll. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think you need to
I
roll.
just kind of want to see if it's because there's always a chance.
Who wants a natty one?
Yeah,
I
you just
kind
want
of
to
want
push
to
for
Just for fun, dude. Yeah, just for fun.
We could do sleight
Just
of
for
hand.
fun.
Do a sleight of hand. Yeah, just to see if you get a crit, natural. And no, you do not. So it's okay. Yeah, so you kind of wait for the right moment, D1, and your servant goes over and it picks up both mugs that are pretty fucking full to the top of ale, and he goes over. You can see like just for a moment the mug like lifts up in the air, almost like an invisible force kind of drives it. It's almost like levitating in midair, and then you all of a sudden it kind of smashes in the direction of Earl. There's a loud like crash sound, and there's like a splashing of liquid that kind of multiple cups worth, and they find their mark directly in Earl's face as he kind of begins to turn back around in the bar and sees the mugs kind of like laying down in front of him. He looks to the right and looks to the left, and let me just because. And he looks over to the left and he sees the couple of people that are sitting there. They're kind of like not really noticing him at all, but they're kind of like totally engaged, watching the fight happen. And then he gets up from his stool here, and he walks over to them. I think this belongs to you. And he takes the rest of the ale that's in his mug, and he puts it up above one of their heads and just pours the rest of it right over onto their heads. Just right standing there. It like drips down onto their heads and then onto their very nice vest and then down onto the floor. You see him kind of look up at Earl, and you can see he's angry, but he doesn't want to say anything. And Earl says, "Do something, little man." His friend. Oh my God! His friend rears back and attempts to punch Earl in the chin, but fails. And Earl catches the fist. Oh my God!
Fucked up now.
And he twists his arm, so he's kind of like down on the ground. As this whole thing's happening, is there anything you want to do while this is happening?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna point at Earl and them and just saying, fight.
Fuck. Fight.
And I'm
You hear
gonna
the crowd, the cheering in the crowd get louder and louder as you entice them even more. Yeah.
I'm gonna join him with the fight, but instead of chanting fight, I'm just gonna chant fuck.
Nice, fuck.
You throw off their game.
Fuck. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Confuse them.
So the brawl spills over to the other patrons as people begin to yell fight. One person looks at another and they don't like the way they look, so they give him a punch to the chin. You're pretty sure you hear a slap behind you and someone calls somebody else a bitch. You look behind.
I'm gonna send my invisible servant through the crowd and just start like shoving people on the back of their shoulders.
Oh no.
Just punching people in the back of the head.
You see, like, your invisible servant kind of make like a wake in his path as people are kind of shoved to the side. As it kind of goes through the crowd here, and you get some amusement out of it. Do you want to? There's just people are beginning to kind of fight over in the corner. There's loud, like the ambience in the room and the muffled talking and such gets louder. You start to hear the sounds of like barrels and such being moved around, scraped across the wooden floor in some areas. Before you hear Sarah kind of everyone, not stop, please. The boss will come out here and he'll blame this shit on me, please. You hear more people in the back, like you see a fucking chair and fly through the air and kind of hit the bar next to you, and like one of the legs comes off of it. Does anyone want to get involved in the fight?
No, I'm definitely looking at everyone involved with disdain and clear disappointment in my eyes for my own colleagues.
I'll be like trying to form a fist like one finger at a time, like super slowly, like.
I'm gonna look and see if anybody's dropping anything, or if there's anybody that's like so involved that it would be easy to steal out of their pockets.
Very, very nice, D1. Go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage.
All right. And am I close to Brandy at all, or who am I close to?
I would say, well, I don't know, Brandy. Where are you right now relative to where D1 is?
I mean, I think I would be starting to climb up on the bar so I can get a good view.
Okay. Nice. That's perfect.
Can't see nothing, everyone's fighting and I can't see what's going on.
I'm gonna sort of, whoever's around me, I'm gonna be like, look for anything that's dropped or anything that we can grab in the chaos.
Perfect.
This is an old pirate trick.
So D1, go ahead and roll another perception check with me, or for me.
Another?
Yeah, it only rolled one for whatever reason. Or was that your old one?
This 7 + 3 is the new one that I just did.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me another, because it was with advantage.
Oh.
And Brandy, roll a perception check with disadvantage, only because
Sure.
in this particular situation, there's like a lot of people scuffling around. It's kind of really hard to see. All right, this is perfect.
We both get the same.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's hilarious. Yeah, so D1, as the fighting is happening around you, you notice a couple of people are kind of like that were leaned up against the wall, just kind of like chuckling to themselves, have now kind of like began to get in and push people apart and start to separate people and dust people off and pat people in the back. And then you see a couple of guys over in the corner. One guy that just basically punched the other guy right in the nose. The one guy, like, he kind of gets up off of him, helps him up and gets off, and they kind of laugh. He pats him on the back, and they sit back down and they begin to start talking. But it's heated, but there's more cordial now. There's a couple of people that are really, really fighting. There's a group of 3 people kind of like in the central area, right in front of you all, probably 6 feet in front of you. And there's a small circle of people around them and a small audience. D1, a lot of their backs are turned towards you at the moment. There are, see if I can do it. There are satchels. I can't do it. There are coin pouches and such absolutely within your field of sight, as well as you, Brandy. You can see many, many, many opportunities here. There are basically everybody's looking at the same thing and not at you.
All right, I'm gonna give a wink to basically everybody wrote in Aliva, Brandy, and Griff.
Yeah.
And it's gonna sort of give them a wink, and then I'm gonna like very calmly just sort of wait to the crowd and look for anything that I can grab without being noticed.
Yeah, there's 3. Roll 1d4 for me, D1.
1d4.
Yeah.
Did Thalira look like she had any interest in these shenanigans going on?
She is still sitting kind of at the same, like, in the same chair, Ronan, leaned up against kind of like the pedestal in the corner, like underneath where the second balcony, or the balcony rather, kind of would overhang. She kind of is underneath, tucked underneath there. She is watching. She has a big old smile on her face. She hasn't moved really from her spot. No one seems to be messing with her at all as well.
Depending on how distracting this fight is, and it sounds like it's very distracting, Aliva would probably be trying to make her way toward Lionstrom.
Perfect. He doesn't seem to be at all bothered by the fight. He is pretty engaged in conversation from what you can tell, Aliva. And it just so happens that his back is currently towards you, the way he's sitting in his chair. He is probably about 14, 15 feet away from you across the room. Against kind of sitting at a table against the wall with another individual. And they don't even see you. They don't notice you at the moment. You could probably get pretty close in this moment since there's so much going on.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
is that what you'd like to do?
Yeah, not to detract from the actual fight going on, but yeah, she'd be maneuvering her way over.
Yeah, you got it. So I would say for you, roll. Are you kind of doing this stealthily? Are you just kind of casually walking over, as to not take up?
I've got no stealth. I have no stealth, no perception. All I know how to do is make a mean face and to hit things really hard. So no, I would just be kind of grouchily walking my way over.
No, it's perfect. That's perfect.
One of us.
That's perfect. Okay. You begin to make your way in that direction. D1, you notice the perfect opportunity. You see a person kind of like the crowd kind of seems to be getting a little bit thicker, like near the area that you are, and it's like a foot from you. You see like a coin purse kind of hung on a belt, just barely looped around a belt. You could probably grab it with a nice sleight of hand if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think
give me a sleight of hand check.
Definitely gonna go for it.
Yeah. Kick him in the nuts.
Here goes nothing.
Oh,
nice.
Nice. Now I am going to roll perception with disadvantage. And I fail, sir. Congratulations. You have very little problem, D1, like getting your hand up, your Ninja Turtle finger up underneath where the cord would be, and you kind of like just give it a nice little tug real quick, and you just pull it right out. There's no give. This person has absolutely no idea that he's just been robbed. None at all. You look around you too, with your check here. I'll go ahead and give you this too. You look around you. No one seems to be looking at you. No one seems to have noticed, at least from what you can tell. Brandy, roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Using our shared mind, I will think to Aliva. Told
Yeah.
you we were a bunch of assholes.
Nice.
Fortunately.
Nice. Yeah. Brandy, you notice as he kind of does this, you watch him kind of like in the moment. It's a little differently than the way you would have done it, Brandy, but there's a certain elegance in the way that he approaches the situation here. He kind of slips his hand underneath, kind of gives it a tug, and kind of quickly backs up.
Sure.
It's brilliant, right? Like you could probably show him a couple of little things to help him out, but it was really well done, right? But you also notice that as you look around, nobody seems to have noticed him. Everyone is focused on the two who are scuffling now, who are basically kind of seemingly starting to wrap it up from what it seems. A couple of people are going, okay, I think he's had enough. His nose is bleeding. I think he's had enough. You kind of hear that the crowd kind of get a little bit calmer, little by little. And Aliva, you kind of make your way a little bit closer to the to a familiar face. Let me.
I do love the ambiance, man. That's like perfect.
Nice. Let me. Aha. This is it. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
There's one other thing I wanted to do before the chaos sort of settles.
Yes. Sure.
I wanted to grab a little piece of rope out of my bag and make like a little loop and tie it around the coin pouch that I just got.
Okay.
And then I wanted to see how distracted Earl is with these people that just punched him and dumped beer on him.
Oh, he's absolutely in their face. The one guy is actually like down, kind of his back's curled and his fist is in his hand. You hear him going, "Ha ha ha! You're nothing." Sarah is actually yelling at him from the bar, basically threatening to kick him out. Enough is enough, Earl. Enough is enough. He fucking tried to hit me. And she's like,
Nice.
You're not having any more tonight.
So while they're arguing, I'm going to go up to the bar and I'm going to order a drink from the barmaid.
Okay.
And as I'm ordering, I'm going to try to tie the rope with the purse around like his back belt, like right around the back of his belt. So it's like hanging like kind of on his ass right off his belt behind him where he won't see it.
I love this. Yeah. Let me see here how the logistics of this would work. Is anyone going to assist you, or are you doing this by yourself? This is a lone operation.
I've been
Actually-
sitting over by Thalira, so
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to get to you in just a moment, too.
So maybe I'll telepathically say to Griff, "Hey, you want to try out your new hands? I got something I want to try."
I'm still working on the grip mechanisms, but
Yeah, well, I
yeah,
just
let's
need you to sort of keep a lookout and maybe pull on one end of the rope as I try to wrap this around his belt.
it's better than having to pull your finger.
There you go. All right, I'll see if Griff will come help me. But basically, the idea is to already have like a sort of the knot half tied, and to just go order a drink and just slip it around, finish the knot really quickly, and then just grab my beer and walk away.
This is fucking awesome. All right. Roll a sleight of hand check for me. Actually,
So am I pulling the rope, or am I tying it?
I guess you're just sort of helping.
Yeah. So if you are helping, then one of you,
I'll pull.
D1, you can roll with advantage.
Okay. So sleight of hand with advantage?
Yep. Sleight of hand with advantage or performance. I'll let you choose.
We'll do sleight of hand.
You do both. Yeah.
There you go. 21.
21. Not bad. Not bad. That
'Cause
is
fuck
a
Earl.
disadvantage because he is preoccupied. Wow, he really loses. He has no fucking idea you're even there. Like you can see he's absolutely in the moment here. Sarah is kind of like leaned over the bar, kind of yelling at Earl at the moment, like, "Take your fucking hands off him, Earl." You kind of hear in the background as you kind of loop it around. No problem. You're able to twist it in there. You can see it kind of dangling now off the back of his belt.
Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna take my beer that I just ordered back and with Griffin, both like walk back to the table, and I'm gonna keep my eye on the person that I stole that belt from, so I have a good concept of where they are and what they look like, so I can approach them at some point in the near future.
Yeah, no, this is good. They're absolutely preoccupied right now. Both hands are kind of up on the shoulders of the other individuals, trying to just watch. But the fight is kind of simmered down, but not too much. Aliva, you kind of make your way over to the corner here, to the other side of the room. Why does my stuff keep closing? Give me 1 second. It's probably because I'm holding control. That would probably. All right.
Yeah.
I use that for my push to talk, so it messes a lot of stuff up. I do
yeah,
that a lot.
dude. I'm on tilt. Yeah, control.
That's a good key there, chumps.
Yeah, just right under escape. It's like it's perfect.
All right, Aliva, as you kind of get closer, roll a perception check for me.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Perception, my number one, always lowest roll.
Roll it. Yeah. There
shit.
it is again. Aliva, you have a little bit more time to stroll up on him, and I would normally say roll with disadvantage because it's so loud in here, but you are in an area of the room that isn't really by a majority of the fighting, so go ahead and roll with advantage. So give me one more perception check.
Everybody's quiet watching this shit unfold.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking duke him, man. Duke him. Oh shit.
Oh, it's even worse. Oh, on the right one. Oh.
Oh, that's not bad.
25.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
25.
the top one, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 25, yeah.
All right, perfect. You kind of get closer, Aliva, and you hear, yeah, Andal hasn't been back for ages. We've been looking for him for weeks, months, seemingly. There is a conversation happening about his son, who...
Do I know that? Or know who he is?
You do. This particular person here. This is Sir Saravis Lionstrom, Aliva.
Mm-hmm.
You, as you kind of get closer, do you want to engage in conversation, or you just kind of want to like hang out and see what he's talking about for a moment first?
Oh no, I would definitely engage him. I'm not subtle ever.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. You kind of make your way kind of from behind him off of his 5 o'clock and such, and kind of like make your way around the table, and you kind of present yourself to him in a kind of in a subtle way. You kind of reach around like the table here and kind of make your way, and I'm delaying so I can change the music. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Because honestly, I'd probably walk up and just kind of, if I'm walking from behind him, then walk more around the table just so he can blatantly see me, and I would just direct eye contact.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Perfect.
Ooh, that would scare the shit out of me.
Direct eye contact?
Exactly. Assert your dominance.
So you kind of walk around the table here, and you see in front of you Saravis. The wrinkles on his face kind of have seen a time, and I'm sorry. As he kind of continues this conversation, you kind of continue to kind of like look around at the bar, the people around you here, but you also see kind of like the person that he's talking to is like a skinny, frail, middle-aged man. It seems to be kind of wearing like old clothes, like too big for him. And you kind of see, as soon as you kind of get his attention, he kind of looks at you, and his eyes get quite big. Aliva Delore. It has been an age.
Devore, but yes, it has.
Devore, sorry.
That's okay.
Oh crap. He says, he looks at you and he kind of like gives you, like, eyes you from the bottom to the top, and looks at your armor and the expression on your face.
So clean.
He seems preoccupied in the moment, but you have his attention. He gives you a smile. Do you care to join us?
I would, thank you.
Yeah, please. This is my good friend here, Asos.
Yeah, I'll look over at Aces to see if he responds at all.
He kind of gives you a nod. You can see he's kind of like short, like red hair, lots of freckles, wearing like kind of like oversized, baggy clothes that don't seem to kind of fit him at all. They're kind of more raggy than, you know, there's a patch kind of on the left side, just kind of like big brown patch that doesn't seem to fit. There's a smell that's coming off of him too. It's quite horrid. Like he hasn't had a bath in, you know, a time.
Just like a dirty smell or like a unwell smell?
Like an unwell smell. Yeah. It seems as though they're having a conversation as he kind of begins to, you know, talk about his companion here and how, you know, they were just discussing the you know, the outer fringes of the bog area on their journey here, and how it, you know, the remnants of the ruins of the battles from the past, and how, you know, he almost fell in a sinkhole on the way here, probably newly formed. And it's just conversation, easy conversation here, Aliva. Is there anything in particular that you would like to ask, say, at all?
Yeah,
in this
mostly
moment?
just that I'd express surprise at seeing him, of all people, there. But then also just blatantly say, I overheard you mentioning your son. I'm also, you know, curious about other people from our order potentially who are missing from this area. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, no, this is great. And you begin a conversation here. There is, in the beginning, it's a little awkward, Aliva. You knew that that you did a lot of work as he was an instructor of yours during training. He taught defensive techniques and magical warding, things like that, light power, things weaving pertaining to the weave, and how to manipulate and control it in divine ways through divine magics. And you kind of remember a couple of moments during his training where he was almost especially hard on you. And you remember him. The conversation later, it's kind of your typical, very cliche, like, I was harder on you because I knew you could deal with it. Like,
Always appreciated if everyone was told that.
Yeah, right. So it's, and you see, kind of the sigil of your order, kind of that's supposed to be presented proudly on yourself, as it's something that you come by with very intense training and such. But Severus doesn't seem to be wearing his. There doesn't seem to be an emblem or a sigil of your order anywhere on his person. And he kind of notices you looking around on his body here. Yes, he does notice that. I remember to roll these things. And before you even ask, he says, sometimes it's better if those around us aren't aware of everything about us. I'm quite surprised, Oliva, to see you here in this place, and wearing your marks. What brings you here?
I'm looking for the man responsible for, well, my family. I'm sure you're aware of the situation.
I am, unfortunately.
I'm surprised you're also here and not wearing yours. I didn't think you were that kind of person.
I unfortunately had to make some deals when I left the academy. After I was promoted, there was an accident. Some people lost their lives, and I was forced into exile, unfortunately, which is why I had to kind of leave abruptly. My son has gotten himself into trouble, and I've been trying to locate him now for the better part of multiple months. I seem to have found a lead that led me here to this place. Some people here. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have had any luck. This person across the table from me here, Asos, he is from the north. He told me a great story about a powerful wizard who had the power to turn time into his plaything, if you will, which sounds, of course, preposterous. Which
named. What's his name?
It was a manuscript. Said something about a follower of Borgli's, which is a very odd word. I'm not very familiar with. We don't have any records of this Borgli's in any of our tomes. None of our history refers to it. But I thought maybe we could strike a deal with some of the shady folk around here.
You must not have been here for very long, or you're not being entirely forthcoming, because no
Roll
one
an
here you
insight
strike
check. Yeah, roll an insight check, Oliva.
Char.
That's a 30-20, is what that is. So
Noise.
he is not telling you 100% of the truth, Oliva. You can totally get that, pretty quickly. As a matter of fact, you're able to pick up the fact that he's not being completely honest with you. So there's something more to
He's
it.
exiled and not wearing his shit. He's already shady.
Yeah, he's already shady. There's something that's more involved with his son and this character that seems to be sitting in front of you that has this absolutely horrid stench. This character in front of you does not seem to be threatening of a threatening nature by any extent of the definition at all. He is frail, skinny. He doesn't look at all threatening.
Does that stench kind of resemble like rot, like if something's decaying?
Roll a perception check.
It's a good question to ask.
Yeah, it is. Oliva, I would say with your 15, yes, it does.
Only other question I have is it just like a decomposition smell, or is it more like the smell we took from those trolls?
Oh, these are great questions. They
mentioned the bog too, and the new pit.
Do you want to get a little closer to him? Give him a nice whiff?
Leaning in and
yeah, is that what you want to do?
Oh god. I mean, if she was trying to determine that, she probably would. And it wouldn't even be a subtle thing. It would be like with a grimace on my face, like leaning in and just glaring while sniffing.
That's hilarious. Yeah, perfect, Oliva. I would say,
Perfect.
yeah, this is great. Roll a. Nah, I won't make you roll again. Yeah, we will. Roll a perception check for me one more time.
Again. Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be smell based. Wow,
Smell.
look at that. That's really good.
Another dirty 20.
That's so good.
I can't
Oh,
perceive shit, but I have a great nose, apparently.
yeah, that's amazing. You lean in close, and you do it in such a way that you kind of are very tactful about it. We'll say you're not like, you know, but you kind of lean in. You get a good whiff, and I would say normally because of the stagnant air in the place, it'd be hard to tell. But in this situation, Oliva, in the corner of the room here, you get close. This is a smell of rot and decay. This isn't something like that would you would get off of like a freshly killed game where you're like field stripping it or something like that. That wouldn't be anything like that. Like this. This is straight up smells like something has been lying out in the hot sun for.
It's a very distinct smell, so.
It's a very distinct smell, yeah. Something that you definitely have smelled before in your journeys and in your battles and such. This is the smell of death.
Yeah, I just would kind of glance between the two of them. Typically, I don't express or emote a lot anyway, other than kind of scowling. But I would kind of glance between the two of them and then just not say a goddamn word. And not really give any information as to why I'm there either, or what's happening.
Yeah, no, this is great, actually, Oliva. You can say very minimal if you want. He actually, you can tell he is, especially with your insight. We're gonna let that carry over just a little, just because you're very in the moment here. You could definitely sense the fact that he is 100% hiding something from you because he didn't expect to see you here, so he didn't really have a good story. But you could definitely tell that. Number two, he is not wearing his sigil, which is a big, huge no-no in the order of. That's like a massive red flag that something isn't right. He doesn't want anybody to know who he is what it is. It's appearing as. And this person that's sitting across from him is unnatural, we'll say, seemingly.
Yeah, I would lean back in my chair as if I'm getting comfortable.
Okay.
Is honestly just kind of an asshole move on my part, to be honest. But cross my arms over my chest and just kind of say, well, I hope your son or you are not involved with the supposed croc boss in your dealings. And while saying that, we'll be thinking through the rest of the gang. Nothing about Lionstrom himself, because I am a little bit keeping that close to my chest. But for the rest of them, I would blatantly just tell them that the guy on my right, Aso, smells like something dead and it reminds me of the trolls.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's perfect. And you all get
smell
this,
like he's dead
in your mind.
Like unnaturally dead.
He smells like he's been left out in the sun for a few days. It's not right.
It smells like teen spirit.
Yeah.
And considering we were just attacked in the bog, be careful. I suspect your original idea that the trolls may have been here for a reason was correct.
Oh,
Are you telling me somebody brought a zombie to the bar?
Or he's the one that brought the trolls and their stank got on him.
Either or, but
Most undead
I might be happy to kill him.
Don't like talk or act normal. They usually are a lot more brain dead.
Just making you aware. Enjoy your fight.
I was half joking. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
Like zombie Jesus?
Like a
Guy could have powers.
Like a speaking undead. I wonder if there's a way that we could drop troll questions without him being suspicious.
I mean, If D1 thought that, I would just immediately look to ASOS and be like, ran into some trolls earlier. Blunt.
Oh,
as fuck.
are you gonna say that?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
You didn't happen to see any while you guys were walking through the bog, did you?
I'm so sorry. Did you say trolls?
I did.
Here in the bog.
Correct.
He looks around the bar, looks over at ASOS. Trolls? You mean, he kind of puts his hand up in the air to kind of like, he's visually talking with his hands like, oh, trolls are really tall. Like he puts his hand up really high in the air, like trolls. Like,
You were my teacher. I suspect you know what they are.
touche,
Fucking
touche,
dumb.
Oliva. Yes. He kind of seems almost dumbfounded for a moment. He looks around. He kind of looks over at ASOS for a moment. He kind of like gives him like a heavy stare, Oliva, and then looks back at you. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about that.
You're lucky. It's like the smell is still in my nose. Can't seem to get rid of it.
He kind of looks back over at ASOS, cold stare, and then back up at you, almost like waiting for a response. Doesn't really say anything in the moment.
I just shrug.
There is a moment where the silence is is kind of broken for a moment, with another table that seems to crash down on the ground. You hear a couple of people, all right, that's enough. Come on. Yeah, like lifts one of the guys up from the ground. He's got a little bit of blood dripping from his nose. He kind of hands him a cloth. Says, he didn't even hit you that hard. Kind of like helps pick him up, brings him back over. The crowd begins to disperse a bit, kind of back to its chairs. The two that began this scuffle in the first place over the golden statue, seemingly gone from his satchel. Damn it, I can't do it. Say no. They seem to be kind of settled down, but there's still some tension there. Brandy, you notice big time, like you've been watching the whole time, just kind of with a grin on your face, because you know that you have this golden empress in your belt currently. And you kind of take a little bit of pleasure in knowing that you started this whole thing. All right,
The instigators.
yeah.
you might as well just own the satchel for at this point. It's so good.
I know. I might as well just own it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can't not say satchel. I'm sorry for all those out there who are listening, going, "This idiot can't say satchel." I can't. I'm sorry. I
It's so
tried.
great. It's
can't.
actually pretty great.
All right, Ronan. In this moment here, we will go ahead and just take just one more moment here before we move on. You've all been so patient. I appreciate it. Ronan, you kind of are sitting here, kind of, you observe Thalara over here. Is there anything that you wanted to do in particular?
If I seen D1 get up to go to the bar, I would have asked Alira. Yeah, I would have asked Alira what she's drinking. If she gave me an answer, I would have had Diz pick me up a shot of whiskey and a drink for her.
Okay.
Other than that, I've just been sitting here mulling things over.
Yeah, you got it, Ronan. Ronan, you also feel a little bit of an uncomfortable kind of singe feeling. It's not, I wouldn't say a burning feeling. It's just like a quick heat just for a moment on your left shoulder, kind of where your, we'll call it, mark is. And it comes and goes. It seems like every time you look over at Thalira, just for a moment, you kind of feel it heat up, and then kind of she looks away, and it kind of simmers down.
Okay. I would
There
have.
is some interaction happening there for sure that you know.
I would have asked her. She referred to me as the marked one.
Yeah.
What does she know about that?
There is. You get close enough to her to kind of throw a question at her.
Yeah.
Like, what do you
Sitting
mean?
over at the table with her. I have
Yeah, for sure. She looks over, she leans in a little closer to you. You are not your own, Warlock. Your life is not your life. Your life has been given without your consent. And so you are the marked one.
Well, that's deeply unsettling.
Unfortunately, I do not know more about your plight, which is why you must visit the Ageless One.
Yeah, problems for future me.
And she reminds you that you are under kind of contract at this moment to clear her name of any debts that she has to the Ageless One, which she seems to have some kind of a past with them, is what you're gathering here. This person that she seems to be sending you to. All
Yeah,
right.
I think I got an idea of what's going on with all that.
All right, Ronan. So, the room begins to get a little bit more energetic now that the fighting is kind of stopped. People are kind of moseying back to their seats, refilling their ale. There is absolutely some BS happening over at the bar between Earl and these two patrons who are definitely, one of them is kind of shaking. You can see their knees a little wobbly. He seems to be kind of trying to move, and every time he tried to be moving, like move away, Earl seems to kind of get a little bit closer, almost like in an intimidating fashion. And Sarah keeps going over to the bar between her orders and filling of ales and such around the bar, and kind of yelling at Earl to leave him alone, which she doesn't seem to be, throwing any actual threats his way. It seems to be all idle threats. But all right, does anyone want to do anything at all before we move on to the next part?
I think I'm good. How about everybody else?
Cool, sir.
Just chilling with my brewski.
Everybody's just hanging out.
Yeah, I'm sitting
right.
back at the table with the beer as well.
Yeah. You also see there's arm wrestling happening over in the corner, like kind of like middle-ish of the room, near the fighting pit. There's like a little table there set up, and there's a couple of people around. The person that's arm wrestling currently is quite big, maybe like 7 foot tall,
Yeah.
humanoid, and he's wrestling somebody who's pretty average, pretty muscular, big shoulders. But they're definitely in the middle of the heat of it. Arm wrestling, you could see kind of it going back and forth. People are, you can hear a little bit of mumbling happening from that part of the room. Okay, I think this is a great time to take a break. We will come back and we will proceed to the next part, everyone.
Arm wrestling.
Sounds good.
Wrestling. Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna go refill my coffee.
Yep. Be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back in a second.
Sweet. I will keep working on my horrible toad.
Toad suck.
Yes, exactly.
So sorry.
See, it's a sucky toad. It's toad suck.
I'm back. I forgot I had a can of Monster.
Ooh, welcome back. What color monster?
Salted caramel.
Oh my god, didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, it's one of the coffee ones, which are like every once in a while I'll get one of the what the fuck are they called?
Like espresso or whatever, double shot.
But no, it's another monster. It's got like this weird. I can't call it a tab, but it's not like a twist bottle either.
What the fuck? It's
I'm having a brain fart on what the fuck it's called.
How do you? Okay, that I've definitely never seen that.
Well, yeah, apparently that can design is popular over in parts of Europe because it's resealable.
What the?
It's
fuck?
like a little plastic bit that sits on the top of the can, and you turn that, then it opens the can, and then you can
That's cool.
turn it back to close it.
Yeah, that is so much better than the fucking just tabs or
Yeah.
twist off. Leave it to the Japanese, right? Make like the most efficient thing ever. It just never leaves Japan.
Right. Did you see they fucking redesigned a big chunk of their like underground transit system based on pathing of I think it was a mold?
Well, just because of the way it naturally spread, like that's interesting.
Well, okay, so what they did is they made a maze for this mold to navigate, and they put food, like they mapped it out to the underground transit system, and the busiest parts of that transit had food. So this mold would go to the food and basically like reconfigure itself to the most efficient pathway to the food.
What the fuck? That's fucking brilliant,
Didn't
honestly.
they say they were going to try to use that to like plan future city mapping or something like that?
Yeah.
Or
I was like, that's
transport
somebody
routes?
get that fucking dude a Guinness, because that shit is brilliant.
Guinness. The world record for mapping tunnel systems with mold.
You never seen the old Guinness commercials?
Probably not. It's funny because I'm like half Irish, but I've never even had Guinness.
Yeah, somebody would say something halfway smart, and some other guy would be like, get that man a Guinness, that was brilliant.
It's fucking great. What do I win? Another beer.
Why does everything cost so much right now? Oh lord. I can't even online shop for fun anymore. I'm looking at things going, I'm not gonna pay for that.
Right?
I'm back.
I don't really need it.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm like,
It's
it's
only
not a necessity.
groceries.
I can go without it. I think I spent. This is really sad. I was at Aldi the other day and I spent like $80, and I wanted to be like $80. I wanted to flip out about it because I was like, this is where I go to save money. What just happened? It's horrible.
Jesus. It's all because of Sleepy Joe and the Crooked Dem.
I think it's a little more than that. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
kind of fucked up that every time there's a minimum wage increase, all of these corporations are allowed to suddenly be like, oh, everything costs more, so you gotta pay more.
Meanwhile, they're making still a record-breaking profit.
Right,
You know, that's beside
right.
the point.
Yeah, it's messed up.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Yeah. This is still live, right? So I can't really say what I think for sure, but you know.
All right. Is everyone back?
Yeah.
Possibly, maybe.
I don't think Sato is.
Wouldn't you like
Possibly,
to?
maybe. All right. Sato, you there? Motherfucker.
Red leader checking in.
Red leader.
Wait, what's the Star Wars thing?
I'll give him another moment here.
He's probably like slamming down his fucking burger that he got from that like crazy ass Canadian chain that I never heard of. He was telling me about. It's like, it's got a name like it's like really really racist. It's like White Spot or some shit. Like I don't know
White
if I
spots.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
God damn. Fucking, my brain is still like delayed, man. We drove like over like probably over 600 miles between
Oh,
these
man.
fucking states.
Yeah.
I'm like jet lagged.
And you get to see Wu Pig Sui.
The what now?
Frog Lick City.
God damn.
Froglet. Coats up, Froglet.
I mean, I will say, like, the people in Arkansas were like some of the friendliest people ever.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah.
That's true.
I literally, no joke, I wore my Arkansas Razorback like tank top today to go to the gym. So,
Oh
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
The stars align.
Wu Pig.
Yeah, I'm back, guys.
welcome back,
Welcome
motherfucker.
back.
Donkey Kong.
All right. So before we go to the next session here, is there anything at all? I just want to double check here. Is there anything at all that anybody wants to do in this little mingling section? Sorry, it's taking so long. Kind of like.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll cock my head over to the arm wrestling, and just be like super fucking drunk and like stand up, like very gung ho and.
Oh, you
want
want to be drunk, Griff?
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
I'll be sloshed.
Does anybody else want to be drunk?
Well, I mean, I'll be tipsy,
Oh, nice, Brandy. I love it. I love it.
I've drank like 3 beers, but I don't think I get really drunk.
I was gonna say, like, how does that work for you exactly? I don't know.
If I drink a lot, I can. I think it's my resistance to poison actually prevents me. But if I drink
All right.
a lot, like crazy strong, I will get drunk. But
Yeah.
it's very hard. Yeah.
It dilutes
Gotcha,
your
gotcha.
oil stream.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
if
that's-
I get a
that's cool.
strong enough concentration of alcohol within my, fibers, it can fuck me
Yes.
up. But yeah, it's
For sure.
It's not
Okay,
easy.
well, perfect. In that case, we'll say a couple of you are feeling quite good. I'm gonna say Brandy. Anyone who is actively partaking in the alcohol, roll a Constitution check for me. Not a save, just a check. Just see how far along you are.
Just for fun. Just
Yeah, just fishing.
Yeah, just fishing. You know me.
con check.
Con
Oh,
check.
God.
I kind of want to
Are
make
my
that
eyes.
like the running gag of just for fishing.
Just for fishing. No, that's actually perfect, bro. I like it. So anyone who, there we go. I was just so four.
Jesus Christ.
White
I'm
That's
like-
amazing.
you wanted to be
I'm a
drunk.
lightweight.
It's
Yeah,
wishing
Griff,
it's
you
like
are
it's
a
about to
lightweight.
come true.
You are absolutely feeling great, Griff, to the point where you're not
Goddamn
falling over
smash.
yourself, but you are feeling really, really friendly. and happy.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Very nice. All right, is anyone else feeling the effects of the booze
Nope.
before we continue? No? Okay. All right, perfect. All right, Griff, you gotta mosey your way over to the arm wrestling in here, and you see it's actually quite entertaining from what you can tell. The two characters here are really throwing down. There's insults going back and forth as the one guy, as the bigger gentleman here finally, and then you hear, I almost had you on the end there. Anyone else for the champion?
Yeah,
Put up 3 gold. That's now.
I'll fucking drunkenly, wander up to the fucking table and pretty much just like point at the big dude and be like, let's fucking see what you got, big boy.
Oh, you're going up to him, Griff.
Yeah, very
are you
drunken,
really going up to him?
almost overconfidently, just like not even knowing what I'm getting into.
I gotta
Full
telepathically
confidence.
say
That's
to
the
Griff,
dude that was sitting there out of the chair.
Oh, that's fucking great. I actually can totally picture that. All right, Griff.
If I
You
this
just gotta, like, nudge him
telepathically, I
up.
gotta say to Griff, try to up the bat, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll
Yep.
fuck,
Anything
how-
you want to do? So here, let me do this for you first. Is everyone ready to laugh?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh no. Oh shit. What did I get myself into? Fuck. Oh god.
All
Dude,
right.
this is awesome. Fuck
Boys
yeah.
and girls.
Like I'm in
Blood
Fallout.
stain.
All right. So,
Oh, I'm so fucked.
Griff, choose a color, my friend, gold or blue.
Oh god. I may be too drunk for this fight.
No, this is
Uh,
great. This is great.
Too late now.
yeah, exactly. I'll do blue. We'll go with blue, right?
You're gonna go with blue.
always
All
wins.
right.
Yeah,
All right, Griff.
blue's a good color.
So this is how this works, just so everybody is aware. And I won't draw this out too long. I know we're all trying to get to the boss, and I'm sorry for this, but
This
it
is
just
one
seems
hell
so
of a
cool. I
minigame.
couldn't help it. Yeah,
This is tight. Now let's
this is
fucking
cool, right? So
let's fucking
how this
run
works
through it.
is, this should be fun. So anyone who wants to participate, you all see Griff. You all walk over. The gold in the pot currently is 180 gold.
Indeed.
It costs 10 gold to play. They're one at a time, of course. And you can't play each other, so you have to play one of the NPC guys that I've got. And I have a
What does it
couple,
pay?
and they have different stats. So if we don't do this, it's fine. But if we do
Oh
do
my
it, it's fine too.
god, dude.
I kind of went a little
This
bit
is
crazy.
fucking hilarious, man.
Sorry. Okay. So how this works
I'm
is, you will choose a color, and then you will receive a number of +1 tokens equal to your con modifier. All right, up to 5. So you chose gold, correct?
I chose blue.
Oh, you chose blue. Okay. So what is your con currently?
Let me see.
Should be. I think you have a 15 or.
It's
I can't remember.
15.
Until he fixes stuff, yeah, it's 15 right now.
Still
You have
at
2. You have 2 +1s there, Griff. And I am gonna choose this guy who has
15. Strip game.
2 as well. All right, now how this works is, I also need to know what your intimidation modifier is.
Oh, fuck. Where can I?
Yep, just look on your sheet there and see if you have any increases in your
I think
intimidation.
it's a 3.
Oh, you have a 3?
Yeah.
That
Yep,
is. Oh, play rollies
Yes.
with me because he has a 3 as well. So whoever gets the intimidation gets the GUR token, and I'll explain what that means. All right.
Jesus Christ. You got a game within a game. I'm just like,
Yeah.
how the fuck did you get all these graphics? These are sweet, dude.
So go ahead and roll
Custom
a
made.
d20 for me
Alright.
and beat a 17.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
look at that. That's amazing. All right.
Can do, apparently.
You get the GUR token as well, Griff.
Grr.
So how this works is,
Get angry.
okay, we're gonna put the green token on the hands here, Now, every round, what we're going to do is we're going to in the first tier, we're going to roll a d20, and we're going to add any strength modifiers to the roll. All right? And then the competitor with the highest total number moves the token to his perspective category now. Now, here's the trick. You can use any number of your tokens to add to your score to help you to win that round. But once you use them, that's it. Another thing, the GUR token, you have the GUR token. You can play the GUR token on any one of these rounds to make me roll at disadvantage.
Oh, shit. Okay, so I can intimidate you. All right.
You can intimidate me, yeah.
This is fucking tight, dude. All right, let's fucking see who wins.
All right,
here.
let's do it.
Let's battle it
All right,
out.
so D20, I'm going to roll on the board here because this is a great time for me to just use this.
Ooh, bright red.
And that is actually,
What
that
an
is
odd.
a dirty 20, actually.
You son of a bitch.
So let's see what you got, Griff.
I think he's cheating.
Okay.
Maybe roll perception.
God damn it. Knowing my perception, it'll be like, alright, fuck it. I got enough.
Oh, Griff. Yeah, unfortunately,
Shit.
Griff, that is a fail, and you have been moved to the, you're a little bit, he seems to be beating you just a bit, Griff.
My fucking arm is like all rubbery from being drunk
Come on,
as hell.
Not used to this
Use
thing.
your new hands. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right,
This
Griff,
is
round
powerful.
I
two.
can't feel anything.
All right. So you have your intimidation token. You also have your +1s. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll my d20 now. Oh my God! Here, let me do it actually this way. Yeah, and if it's, I will save it if it's not, because I don't want it to be unfair.
Oh Lord.
Wow, I actually rolled a 12
Jesus.
with all my modifiers. I rolled a 12.
Okay,
So
so
don't count that.
can I burn one of my +1s then?
Yeah, I would roll first to see if you beat a 12
Gotcha.
before you burn them.
Boop. What the fuck are the odds?
Well, 15,
We're
14,
married.
and I actually cannot beat you even if I use tokens. So you have beat me, Griff.
What the fuck? Okay, so we're back to the middle, or
All right, this is fine. It's getting tense here as the people around the table are beginning to kind of, ooh. All right, D20, Griff.
we
Surprised
can't.
bets aren't being made.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can't throw some more money in.
So there's
here, can we?
180 or rather, there's 200 total because there's 10. It's 10 gold to play. So there's 200 gold pot right now.
It'd be 290 or 190.
So it was
Well,
180
10
before.
10 from you.
Yeah, 10 from you and 10
Oh,
from your
okay.
competitor. So 200. It's up to 200 now. Does anyone?
Shit.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Does anyone want to place any bets?
Can I bet? Can I throw an ante in there?
Sure.
I can fucking raise my ante.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll raise my fucking. I'll throw like another fucking 20 gold in there.
I mean, I feel like I would make a bet too.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah, I'll telepathically tell the group like, now's the time, guys. I think I got it. And just I'll be very drunk in my head as well.
All right.
Drunken confidence.
The odds are pretty even here. Both competitors are pretty close in stats here. But Brandy, what would you like to? Do you want to up the ante?
I think I would. I think I'm feeling a slightly bit intoxicated, maybe. So
Nice. What do you want to up it?
I want to up it. Let's go 50.
Ooh, okay.
Wait, she's betting on my opponent, isn't she?
It's up to 270. And you know what? We're gonna double it.
Wait. So people outside the game are throwing money into the pot of the game?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do odds for this. So give me 1 second here.
Yeah, I thought Brandy was betting against me. I was like,
I think she's betting for you in your favor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing, Bruce?
Yeah.
I don't. Hell yeah, got my water wings.
All right, Brandy put 50 gold on Griff.
D1 will put 50 on Griff too.
All right,
Oh fuck.
sounds good. Anyone else on Griff?
I'll just say in my head maybe we should hedge our bets, guys. Maybe bet on fucking yellow a little bit.
Nah, you got him.
All right, so we've got
Your
Brandy.
hands are brand new, man.
Brand spanking.
It's true. We have Brandy and D1 throwing 50 gold bet in, and we'll just give you. We'll say it's you'll double. You'll get double back if you win. We'll say just for the sake of it.
Fuck.
And so the pot is up to 320.
Jesus.
So Griff, you will win 320 if you win.
Good lord. Okay.
All right.
It's 2-1. All right. Fuck it. Let's.
Here we
let's
go. All right. So Griff,
D20.
D20 me.
Boom. Jesus, my fucking roll.
Are you kidding me right now?
Oh god.
This is fucking serious.
Shit.
Did I just roll a natural 1 for
Yeah.
real? Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this round.
I thought that was me who rolled that.
Yeah,
No.
no. Grip rolled an 11, then you rolled.
You rolled an 11, yeah. So you
Holy
beat me. You
shit.
beat me, Griff.
God damn. Okay, that.
You are
scared the shit
blue,
out of me.
right? I'm trying. I have to remember. You're blue.
Yeah, I'm blue.
Nice, nice. All right, Griff. Next round is a D8.
Fuck. Okay.
Here we go.
Can I use my GUR?
Yeah.
token?
If you use your GUR, then I roll with disadvantage.
Yeah. Let's
All
go
right.
ahead and do the GUR. Fuck it.
All right.
I'll
So
GUR.
it's 5, and it's 7 with my modifiers, so 7 total.
Does he add his
Oh, shit.
modifier?
You have to add your modifier whenever you roll.
His
so.
strength?
Yeah.
So that would be a +7 for mine.
No. Yeah.
No,
strength.
your strength is a +4, so his is a.
Oh
his is
man.
an 11, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man. Yeah.
that's
You
what you're seeing.
definitely. Even if I threw mine in, so you used your GUR. So yeah. So you go in one more, Griff. One more. You're
Jesus Christ.
as this kind of bigger character is like kind of grunting in your direction, like. "Arr, ugh," and you can see him kind
damn
of
it.
like get your hands getting really close to the table here, Griff. All right, D6. Add your strength modifier.
Fuck,
I'm gonna go
okay.
ahead and add my tokens to this one.
Already.
Oh my god, dude. So that's 2.
If
3,
I
4,
added
5,
some of my
6
tokens,
total?
would that cancel yours out?
No, it'll just add to yours. So mine is 6 total with my tokens.
Fuck. Okay. I'll
So
add.
roll a d6.
I'll add one of my tokens as well. if I
You can, yeah, you can wait until after you roll if you want, or you can.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay.
Might as well.
Yep.
Oh god damn it. My bad. That's a D4.
It's all right. All right. Roll a d6.
D6.
Oh.
God fucking Jesus.
Wait, 4.
But he's
5.
got a
Oh,
4.
God.
His strength bonus is 4.
Yep. So you can tie me if you
5.
throw in your tokens.
Yeah. I'll throw my tokens in.
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna clutch
your
it.
total is 4, 8, right?
mine was 7. I thought.
Oh, yours was 7. Okay.
So you beat me.
Well, no, he'll have 7 too, I think.
Oh wait, it was 7. I thought we tied.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tie. It's,
All right,
it's
perfect. So there's like
Which is
grunting.
hilarious.
There's grunting on both sides, like ah. You could see him like kind of like lifting his arm just a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of resisting you, Griff. And it's absolutely a standstill at the moment. D6 one more time.
Yeah, my hands are just fucking shaking.
Oh, get
fuck.
another 1.
Yeah, what is with this, man?
That is a 3 for me total with my
Oh,
modifier.
double 1 for another tie because
Okay, it's rigged.
tokens, I think.
It's rigged, guys. This is rigged.
What?
Fuck it.
Wait, your modifier is higher than mine, right?
Oh yeah,
It's
modifier.
plus-
Yes, he's got
You
a
have
4.
4. So
Yeah, +4.
you have absolutely come out victorious, Griff. And
Jesus.
in the
We
mo-
clutched it out.
in the
We
mo-
clutched it out.
whole play begins to clap in your, just like in the moment here, because of your fantastic arm wrestling. All right, Griff, you have won 320 gold. Add that to your
Holy fuck.
purse. And
I will.
Brandy,
And
you have
want
earned
50?
your 50 plus another 50, so
Nice.
add 50 to yours on top
Cool.
of what you donated, and you as well, Sato.
You said
Add
320.
320. Yep. You hear a kind of a person say, "It's all right. It's all right. Do we have any takers for the champion? Do we have any takers for the champion?" Which I guess would be
Oh,
you, Griff,
God.
unless one of your one of your party members, which technically
Yeah,
I shouldn't
definitely
do,
should.
but whatever. I'll give a crap if you guys want to do it.
Hell yeah.
We probably have time for one more fight. One more fight. Armor.
I
I'll just
honestly
be
be
fucking-
tempted, but I'm too busy staring down Asos.
Yeah. D1's content to have won his 50 gold off of Griff there.
Nice.
I'll just be fucking like pumped up. I'll just like be standing on the table drunk as fuck, like cheering, like
Yeah.
throwing some squishy peaches out at the crowd.
I gotta
That's
telepathically
amazing.
go, I told you those brand new hands were good.
Oh,
I gotta
fresh
break them
hands,
in some
man.
fresh,
that's
new,
amazing.
ready to fucking slap.
Nice. And so as this concludes in the moment here, Griff, with you kind of coming out on top and showing everyone in this moment your physical prowess with your brand new hands at that, Griff. And you kind of look at your wrist here and your hand and you feel your strength again in it, and you kind of smile and know that there are many battles ahead that are not even ready for you.
I'll just be I'll just have one of my squishy peaches in my hand and just look down and smile, fucking very satisfied, and just like squish the peach. Fucking squish the
Nice.
juice above my mouth.
Just
Fucking get some fucking, some peach juice
that is funny.
out of victory.
Victory peach juice.
Victory peach juice all over my fucking face.
Popeye the Sailor Man music starts playing in the background.
It's like the blood of my enemies.
It's
But
true.
it's just peach juice.
Perfect. All right. Is everybody good to move on here?
Yeah.
Don't want to stop anybody, but I'm sorry. I'm kind of.
I
Throwing
may
all this
cause
stuff
some
in.
chaos after the
No,
talk
dude, that
about
was
it,
fucking
so-
Hey man, you do whatever you want to do.
But it'll
I
be
am
after.
fine.
After.
You gotta rework
All
that
right.
game into other things.
All right. So, after a little bit of time here, everyone, you hear the chatter picks back up. People are kind of like sipping their drinks and such. And then you hear, or rather, a small character is kind of dressed in an overly large and seemingly hand-me-down suit, clearly tailored for someone else, begins to ascend a staircase, reaching up to an upper balcony that kind of like overlooks the entire layout of the place here. They approach the edge, and they say,
attention, please. Attention, please.
everybody kind of begins to kind of quiet down in the room here.
It is my absolute honor to present to you His esteemed Excellence, the protector of the marshlands, the patriarch of our beloved family, provider, leader, along with a great fashion sense, I might add.
As he kind of chuckles nervously.
Holder of the afterlight, keys of the keeper of the keys of Lorik the Cruel, harbinger of the boundless twilight. I give to you the boss.
And like right behind him, kind of in an eerie, kind of weird, very odd way, the shadows behind him kind of move in such a way that you kind of see a shadowy figure emerge from behind him as he kind of creeps up behind you see a very large figure step into the torch and candlelight from the balcony above. He is muscular. He has the head of a crocodile, from what you can tell. It's very distinct scars, many scales on the under part of his neck that are kind of like misplaced almost, as if they were like damaged and healed and damaged and healed and damaged and healed. He's scars all over the left side of his face. He seems to have kind of a stare, a look in his eye that kind of looks through the room as opposed to at the people in it. He has a very tight suit that kind of accentuates the obscure kind of a very large kind of out of place muscles in certain areas of his upper body. His shoulders kind of bulge out in different areas. His chest muscles kind of, you can see kind of pressed tight underneath his suit with a tie kind of pressed. It's almost ridiculous in a way to see this crocodilian looking creature in front of you standing there in a suit. But just the same, he stands there as just as proper and kind of steps out into the light and kind of gives a nod to the crowd. And then you can see him kind of slowly make his way to a long table on the balcony ahead, or above you rather, as he looks down across the room, slowly turning his head from one side to the other, just panning, just observing to see what things mingle here in this place. The music picks back up. There's a little bit of a kind of a drumming happening over in the corner. A couple of seeming looks like a half orc and some kind of dragonkin dressed in fancy kind of a silk and brightly colored fabrics kind of begin a drumming in the corner kind of as it begins to pick up. Oops, wrong one. Whoops. And one of these days I'll get this right. Just lightly tapping the moment. Little bit of mood music in the background here, which gives you just a little bit more time of mingling. But you look up at the stairs in front of you, kind of off to the left, the spiral staircase, and there seems to have a line has begun to form, leading up to where the boss is actually currently at. And there seems to be some people up there talking to him. You can't really hear what is going on at the moment, but you can definitely see that there are words being had here as the servers, the bar attendants, kind of move around the bar and kind of offer more drinks and some food to those around. Do you all stay in your same spot?
I would, yeah.
Yeah, so now that the boss is in sight and
Yes,
able to witness what's happening in the bar, that person that I stole the pouch from, can I spot them in the crowd?
yes.
All
Absolutely, you can. Yep. And just for the sake of it, roll a perception check for me. This is
All right.
just, and we're gonna say it. This is
Just for fun.
Here comes the natty one.
Yes, give it to me.
That's
on.
his
I
curse,
swear to
dude.
God, if that's 4 in a row, I will.
Oh, that was
I know,
not
that would
supposed
be
to with
hilarious.
advantage, but
That's all right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. That's an 11. That's not bad. It's not bad. That's enough. That's plenty. I just wanted to see. You kind of look around. There like one person between you and him, but you see the top of his head. He's kind of wearing like a very distinguishable hat with like a very like flat brim all around the outside edge. Very like this guy is hidey-tighty, like real trying to make himself look more presentable than he actually is.
Hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity. It's a great little phrase, right?
Bougie.
Working into some D&D.
He's bougie on the bayou.
He's bougie. He's bio bouge. He's got that bio
Oh my
bouge.
god.
All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna just sort of casually walk right up to him,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna sort of lean over to him and sort of quietly and discreetly just say, "Hey, during the ruckus and all that stuff, you see that guy over there?" And I'm gonna sort of point my thumb at Earl. I'm gonna say, I swear I seen him grab something off your belt. I just thought you should know.
Wait, me? That guy grabbed something off.
I mean,
around
stuff was crazy. People were fighting all over the place, but I seen him bump into you, and I seen him like look like he grabbed something and tied it to his waist.
Wait, really? He kind of like pats his belt around the sides there. Wait a minute, you're right. Where the hell?
I mean, I just know what I saw, man. I'm just trying to.
Wait, you're saying him over there, that big guy at the bar?
I swear it was. I swear it was him. I'm pretty like 90% sure.
Listen, if you can get a let's see if this works. If you can listen, if you can get it back, back for me, there's a reward in it for you.
I mean, I'm just telling you so that you know I don't want to get involved. This isn't my problem. I just thought you should know.
Listen, there's
you might want to confront him, yourself.
Oh, that guy would rip my head off.
Well, I mean, he's not going to do anything with the boss at the top of the stairs. I mean, just accuse him of being a thief, and I mean...
Well, he is a thief. Look at him. He stole my... He clearly has.
He
has it on the... That motherfucker. He has it on his belt.
You should
Look at it, tied on his belt right there. Oh,
you should just publicly accuse him.
I should just publicly accuse him. You know what?
I mean, what's he going to do? Start a fight with the boss watching?
Well, my fucking lucky dice is in that bag.
I mean, I said, he scooped something off you during the ruckus.
All right. He like whispers down to the friend next to him, kind of which he's a short little human, nothing special.
I'm gonna sort of bow, give him the "you're welcome," and I'm gonna slowly backwards walk back to the table.
Roll a persuasion check, D1. Just to see how well you carried yourself.
He's bowing out.
Great, but let's go.
Back right up into a table.
Oh shit! I did it with disadvantage.
It doesn't matter. It's all right. The first one, it's fine. You gotta back up into like part of the quarter. That was just to see what would happen. I was just curious.
Yeah.
It wasn't really for any result. So you gotta back up to the corner here. He continues to like look over in the corner room. You could almost feel the fucking anger coming off this guy. Like you could sense the pressure, the tenseness as he looks across the room here at Earl.
I'm gonna sit back down at the table with everybody else.
You see him kind of like begins to start to conversate with the people around him, and they all start to look over in Earl's direction. Like there's a couple more, and then he walks over, kind of like takes a couple of steps over to a corner table where there's like a shadowy figure, D1, kind of with like looks like a top hat maybe, and he kind of leans in close and says something to the figure in the top hat. The figure kind of looks like he like leans forward a bit, and then the other character kind of just walks away slowly. There's no telling what was said, what words were exchanged there, but he kind of walks away and seemingly loses interest for a moment at least, before he kind of wanders out of your field of view, D1.
Okay. I'm just gonna telepathically say to like all of us at the table, we're just trying to discredit the rest of the bar. If this croc is looking for people to hire, we're gonna make sure that nobody here looks like a fucking interesting choice for him.
That's smart. That's very smart.
I don't think we're gonna worry too much about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you think everybody here is a bunch of, brute brawlers and thieves, we might have.
Well, if you're worried that he's gonna be upset with you for not fulfilling your end of your task, all the better. Exactly. If he thinks everyone else is incompetent.
We're gonna make everybody else look more incompetent than we are. That's the plan here, guys.
Okay.
Well,
smelling what you're stepping in.
I mean, at least we know. Yeah, the boss is probably not gonna do something too bad, but yeah. As long as we're not the focus of his fucking fury.
I mean, we're innocent.
I'm just afraid he's gonna do something cold-blooded.
Well, I mean, if Earl has to pay for us to fucking smooth things over, then so be it.
Fucking
Well,
Earl.
On that note, do we want to queue up to go talk to him, I guess?
Let's just like maybe see if some accusations and chaos persist from the information I just gave that guy.
Yeah, I mean, you can make your way, and kind of keep an eye out if you want. Which, depending on what your plans are here, I don't want to steer your game.
Yeah, are they doing anything to confront Earl?
Are you just kind of waiting for the reaction? Is that what you're doing?
I'm sort of just waiting to see if there's some kind of a confrontation here, and
Yeah.
something that's loud or noticeable enough that might catch the boss's attention.
Yeah, so there is a moment where this person that you talk to walks away, seemingly losing interest, but not for long. He comes back around the other side of the room with about 6 people with him. There are a couple that seem to have a couple of pretty deep scars and gashes on their face. They just look hard, like hard men. They just look like they've been through some shit, and they're not afraid to scuffle. As they begin to walk in the direction of Earl, this group of people, do you just stay where you're at?
Yeah, we're just gonna sit back and watch, we're
observe.
not involved at all.
Perfect. Let me do this. Oh my god. All right. They walk slowly towards Earl before they kind of get within a couple of feet, and you hear, "That is mine. That's mine. That is mine. 100%. That's fucking mine. Right there. He took it. He stole it right from my belt when I wasn't looking." You see a couple of people behind him here kind of get close. "Excuse me, sir," as they kind of say something, as they kind of tap on Earl's back, one guy kind of finger tap on his back. And Earl kind of Earl stands up straight. He is probably a good 7 foot, 7'2", as he slowly turns around. D1, you get a really good look at Earl now in the light here. Roll a perception check for me, though. I would say anyone who's looking in this direction. It's not really that important, but
Yeah.
No.
10, 19.
Ronan.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard in this particular part of the room here to make it out well. But D1, you're pretty sure this Earl has a dent in the right side of his head, where the skull kind of is round and then flat, and then kind of round again, almost like he took some kind of fatal head wound or something, but didn't die.
Earl's seen some shit.
Yeah, Earl has seen some shit. Ronan, you also notice something very peculiar. This particular individual has hair that kind of is in a straight line, in a very odd pattern down his forearm, all the way from his wrist to his forearm on his one. You can just see it because the one sleeve is rolled up a bit. He had, and you know this to be a giant feat. He has some kind of giant in his blood. Maybe he might be like a quarter giant or something, but this individual definitely has a history, a lineage of having giants in his family somewhere along the way.
Just think to everybody, I think Earl's got a pretty fair fight.
Oh, it could end up being good. I mean, I just want chaos. I want the boss to think he's got a bunch of roughneck thieves here.
This is fantastic. Yeah, it's pretty great. And without further ado, oh my god,
Earl murders more people.
Earl turns around and says, "Do we have a problem?" And he kind of looks at the person down below and he says, "You're damn right we have a problem. You have my
my pouch attached to your belt, sir. That's mine, not yours. Mine.
And he you see the men behind him kind of like the one crosses his arms and like puts his back up straight as if to kind of be intimidating and
Oh, can you guys hear me?
fails miserably. Yes.
Okay, weird. My, like, the lights outside my place just shut off. So.
Oh, we're
Okay.
gonna wrap up here pretty soon. So
Sweet. Okay.
so
I'm
we haven't
just-
even got
yeah.
It's okay. It's my fault. I'm dragging the shit out of this. Not intentionally, but so Earl kind of sees this as an opportunity and kind of like looks down at his belt and sees that he does have something attached to his side, and he unties it a bit and lifts it up and jingles it around next to his ear and puts it in his pocket and turns back around away from the crowd. The one guy, excuse me, sir, that's mine. Earl turns back around and you hear a thud. Probably the loudest thud you've heard in this place by far yet. And that is amazing that I rolled that. I'm gonna roll it again. All right. There is about 2 seconds of time of silence before you hear crash. Earl's hand finds its mark right in this person's chin, and he is now on the floor, passed out, with Earl kind of in the background. The other
gonna yell loud enough, like sort of projecting his voice towards the balcony where the boss is standing. I was gonna say, can you believe the fucking riffraff in this place?
You can see a little bit above the table there is some people, they're turning their heads. The boss is one of them, is very large snout, is kind of unmissable. You turn his head and creates a shadow kind of up in the room there, in the upper part of the balcony. So he kind of turns around and you see Earl kind of recoil, getting ready to hit another. And then you hear a voice say, "Enough!" It comes from kind of the other side of the bar here as a figure stands up with a top hat, the one that was being talked to previously. He steps out of the shadows, and what you see is a dragonborn in front of you. He seems to be wearing black leather armor. It's very dull and doesn't reflect any of the light from the torches or from the candles around. It's very odd. A very flat black looking leather, and he kind of gets close to Earl and says, "I think you should sit down." He puts a hand on Earl's hand. And Earl kind of, you know what that should be. Earl kind of looks around the room for a moment, and his whole demeanor changes, guys, in a moment. And he is turned around and kind of makes his way slowly back to the bar with his newfound companion's hand on his back, and he seems to be talking to him on his way to the bar. It's really, really hard to hear what he's saying. I would say, let me see here, probably D1, Ronan, anyone who's close enough, roll a perception check with disadvantage. It's pretty loud in here.
I was gonna say, where's that in relation to all of us?
Yeah, it would have to be, you'd have to kind of determine where you are in relation to where this happens. This is right by the bar. So if you feel like you're close enough, I'll go ahead and let you roll it as well.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near that.
Okay.
I'm at the fucking arm wrestling station.
Yeah, I'm like
Flipping ass.
falling asleep on the bar.
Yeah,
I'll be sort
for
of sitting at
sure,
the table,
Brandon.
but I'm sort of watching that direction.
Yeah, for sure. Got you. That's still a 17, D1. With disadvantage. So you begin to hear him talk about something called the balance of life, and he begins to talk about something about the cycle and about how when one takes one must also deliver. And you see his right arm, D1, slowly make his way around the other side of Earl's body and into his pocket, and takes the pouch right out of his pocket without much effort, and then sticks it into his own pocket.
Oh, nice.
And then like pats him on the back a bit, and you kind of hear him barely say something to the bartender, and the barkeep comes over and she kind of fills up another pail for Earl, and Earl just starts to sip his drink. The person in the dragonborn in the top hat kind of looks over. You see him kind of look around the bar and up at the platform where the boss is, and you see him kind of give a very distasteful look in the boss's direction, almost as if he is shunning the boss in some weird way, in his own way, before he kind of quickly realizes that he made a face, and then back to neutral, and he finds his way back to his chair where he sits back down. Brandy, you are in the moment just observing the fucking chaos in the room here. All the people, the colorful, different people that are in the room here. All the people trying to be people that they're not. People trying to put over like this big false front. Other people absolutely terrified of everyone around them. You see there's a skinny little person in the corner sitting by themselves, kind of just looking around the room, constantly looking up at the balcony, looking around the room. There's also a couple of people gathered on the staircase. There seems to be a couple of dwarves in the front, and then directly behind them there's kind of like a middle-aged woman. And you remember, Brandy, as well as you, D1, because I had you roll a history check to make sure you remembered, the woman that you saw coming from the other path and heading north when you were in talking to Hedrick, you observed through, I think, either bitters or rummy, the person walking, and you actually, if you remember, the person walking up from the path to the end.
I think that was bitters, actually.
Yeah, so you see her, that woman, you see her kind of at the stairway waiting to see the boss as well. She's in line as well. What would you like to do? We're going to go maybe a couple more minutes here before we get to a good point. I kind of wanted to go a little further, but...
Yeah, I'm just observing at this point. Just watching everything.
Yeah, sure. Does anyone want to do anything before I continue?
I think I'm good.
All right. Sounds good. So, in a moment here, you hear the music begins to die down a bit in the background, the drumming. The crowd kind of cheers. There's like some clapping because of the drumming. The audience is gratified, and the two bards kind of leave the area where they were. The chairs there, the couple of drums behind. Before there is another moment where you hear a bell ring from somewhere. You can hear it around the entire room. There's three little bell chimes, like ding, ding, ding. Everyone quickly quiets. For the room is pretty silent for the most part, except for a little bit of the fire that you can hear that is in the fireplace here, which I thought I had playing, but I guess I did not. I don't know what happened to it.
It's all good.
Did something. I'm sorry, give me 1 second here. It doesn't really matter, but it's weird that it's not playing. I was sure that I had it queued. You know what? I know what I did. Immersion! Hooray!
Technical difficulties. We'll
I know,
back.
technical difficulties. There we go.
You need some jazzy fucking intermission music.
Yeah, we can't all be Matt Mercer with an unlimited
I
budget.
know. I know. All right, so you kind of all hear a couple of weird, interesting sounds come from the staircase here. how close are you all to the upper platform? I guess you wouldn't know.
We're
I'm the one
sitting at
that knows.
room
that
there,
table
too.
that we had initially.
Sure. Okay.
At least
I would say
don't know, whatever it is.
you're probably all close enough. You begin to hear a couple of noises coming from this direction here. There are a couple of people moving through the bar. They're dressed in long black cloaks. They seem to be wearing like a long silver necklace. It has a very large circular. It's like a medallion with a triangle in the middle of it. Nothing else, just a circle medallion with a triangle in the middle. It's very odd. And there's like 3 of them, and they're moving in unison from the back of the inn to the front of the inn. And they all seem to have a silver tray in their hand, and they're just moving in one direction. As soon as they do this, you begin to see, and they're very slow, almost syncopated, and they seem to be taking a step and waiting, and then they take another step and they wait. And as soon as they take their first step, a couple people from the back begin to throw some coin up onto the platters. There's like, you can see there's a couple of pouches. A pouch gets thrown onto the platter. Then there's a couple of copper that somebody throws on, and then there's a piece of gold, and then another couple of pieces of platinum on the other. And it's almost like if you could imagine like a church offering kind of ceremony, but it's happening.
plate.
Collection plate, yeah. It's kind of happening from the front of, rather from the back of the tavern, if you will, to the front, towards the boss, in the direction of the boss, until they've seemed like they've collected quite a bit. They've accumulated quite a bit on their platters here. Does any of you want to throw into the cause?
I'll throw 1 gold piece on as it goes by.
All right. D1 throws 1 gold piece on the platter.
Can I
Anyone
place a squishy peach on there?
You certainly can. Is that what you want to do?
That is my contribution. I
Nice.
think he will like it. I
You
believe
place a squishy
this
peach.
is the most valuable offering I can bring.
Oh, it's amazing. You
I
place
would
a
only
squishy.
place gold if the people at my table also placed it.
Yes. As soon as they walk by you, Oliva, which takes a little bit of time because you're a little bit further up in the progression, but you notice by the time it gets to you, there's quite a bit of gold and stuff stacked on this platter. It's a pretty big platter, but you see in front of you here, your companions here, they both throw probably about 4 or 5 gold onto the platter as it goes by. Asos does not. He, however, does not. He doesn't actually move much. To be fair.
I made direct eye contact with him as I placed 1 gold on the platter.
Cerevis notices this too and kind of gives you like a nod and a smile, kind of an acknowledgement, almost like, "Oh, she's here. She's playing ball." Like, okay. Almost as if he was unsure of you at first, Oliva, and now
Yeah.
you have gained maybe a little bit more of his trust in that way. All
Lose,
right.
lose.
Perfect. Anyone else want to donate to the cause before we move forward here?
I don't think I would.
No?
Not much for
All
donating.
right. Yeah, you got it, Brandy. Yep, you got it, Ronan. Definitely. So Ronan and Brandy do not. All right. Perfect. So the acolytes, we'll call them, they get close to the staircase here, along with their platters that are absolutely full now of coin pouches. You see there's a dagger on one. There's a peach on another. Numerous things that people have kind of put on there, and they kind of walk up the spiral staircase, and you kind of almost lose sight of them, but you see they kind of place the platters on like a table. It seems to be up next to the long table that the boss seems to sit at. There are a number of claps. You see kind of in the corner of the middle of the room, corner of the room there. The people are gathering around the fighting pit, where the very large figure that you saw before, that was kind of rubbing dirt all over himself, kind of gets into the fighting pit here. You can see he's got heavy linens wrapped around his wrists, just his wrists to kind of like make them tight, nothing around his fists, as he kind of goes up to the fighting pit, and another enters the fighting pit as well. And like as soon as they enter the fighting pit, the crowd begins to kind of like get starts to chatter even more. And you see, as soon as both fighters get in the fighting pit, like another person enters with a long white cloak, and in their hands is a very large bowl. And D1, you're kind of the closest. Actually, no, Aliva, you're the closest. Aliva, what you see is disturbing. In the bowl seems to be crushed up pieces of glass all throughout the bowl, as the same person begins to wrap some kind of cloth around the wrists of each competitor, and you see them dip their fists in some kind of liquid substance, and then into the glass, into the shards of glass, the bowl of the shards of glass. As they kind of bring their wrists back out, you can see both fighters are now holding up fists with wrists, with their fists just covered in shards of glass stuck to their wrists.
It's gonna be a friendly fight.
It's like very Bloodsport, yeah, Ronan.
Kali Ma.
It's like very, very Van Damme right here happening.
Thunderdome.
As both fighters kind of get close, you can see they're hesitant and they wait. They look up at the platform here for some kind of approval to begin. And that's where we're going to end the session for this evening. The poor boss, you guys. We haven't. It's so funny that we are in part 4 and I still haven't done any of the boss's shit.
I know.
It's building up.
Okay.
I hope I'm not like.
You're
I
still
hope it's not
stressing
boring.
because we clearly are not.
No, no, no.
Okay, good. Because it's gonna be really cool when we do it. It's just I don't know. It's taking forever.
It's building up, dude. It's gonna be fucking epic.
Nice.
Every
nice.
single time that you mentioned Earl, I just kept thinking of that old Dixie Chick song over and over and over. It was like,
Yeah, That's hilarious. Earl has to die.
Like the entire
You're not
time,
the
I kept
only
thinking
one.
about this black-eyed peas.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That is.
Oh, very great. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We will see everyone 2 weeks from now on the 25th for Lost Steps number 52, where we will continue our little escapades here with the boss, which we will actually get to the boss.
Monologue.
I mean,
Oh,
you say that
yeah.
now.
Cold-blooded.
You did just open up a fight pit, Reeds.
I did. I know.
The mosh
Should be
pit.
fun. It
Hell
should be
yeah.
a blast. So, all right, guys.
Yeah. All right, if
Awesome.
everybody's done,
Peace
I'll
out.
stop the recording. Next week we're off, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the week after next we're back.